we're a few minutes running late here, and I want to respect everyone's time, including Trina. So, yay, thanks for joining us tonight, everyone. We are so excited to do this group with all of you, and I'm extra excited to have our special guest with us tonight. She is a 15-star diamond coach in her first business center, 7-star diamond coach in her second. She lives in Alpena, Michigan, so she's, a few hours north of where I am, but we're both getting a lot of snow right now. She has been married for 15 years to her wonderful husband, Jeff, is a mom of 2 beautiful children. And Trina and I met because we happen to be close in the alphabet. So she's been a 4-time elite coach. So it was probably the first year that I was elite. And there wasn't that many yet. So we, kind of were together. So that's how we met. And I think the Michigan thing, bonds everyone that's from Michigan. She has also served on the CAB, which is quite an honor. And then she won the CEO award that is given out by Beachbody, another tremendous honor. And she owns 2 gyms right up in Alpena and is the founder of Team Rockstar Fit. So she, I don't know what else to say about her.
Blah, blah. Let's go. Yeah, good enough.
For those of you, I don't know if you've all heard her before. If you haven't, you'll be blown away. That's all I can say. I love listening to her. I love her to death. She's just incredible. Get your notes out, take lots of notes, and please listen and soak it in. And Trina, again, thank you so much for doing this for us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, Missy. I was super honored that you invited me. And hey, I know it took a few minutes of logistics to get on the line, but I'm actually glad that happened because it's a great entree to the conversation tonight, which is learning to be a calm and confident leader. And there's a whole lot of stuff I'm going to throw down at you tonight. I have so much content and I'm going to go fast. All right. Is the internet, does it feel okay to you guys? Just give me a thumbs up. It feels a little delayed to me, but you guys are fine? Okay, cool. So if I just look delayed on my end, I'll just ignore myself, which is totally fine. So I've got a lot of content for you. And sometimes when things go wrong, that really separates good leaders from great leaders. How do you handle it? Did you freak out? Did you immediately get mad? Did you text somebody and be like, this is so annoying? Or did you just roll with it and say, hey, whatever happens tonight, it's going to be awesome. Whatever I get is going to be great. And how fun that so many people on my team turned out, right? So Missy, into your team, great job for turning out for such a great training. I promise to make good use of your time. So let me see from a show of hands. I know there's 25 or 100 people on here tonight, but how many people, and Missy, maybe you can just give me a quick indication. How many of you, and did you guys go through kind of any dream board or vision board planning so far this year? Have you done any of that with your teams? Has anybody done any of that? I lost Missy. I don't know where she went on my screen, but maybe chat below. How about a quick chat below? If anybody has been doing a dream board, a vision board, a goal board, I'm not going to cover it the same way you've done it, but I want to share with you some things I did with my team that I really, lots of people have. Started one, have one, da-da-da-da. No. Yes. Okay, cool. So got it. I'm going to say 50-50. Half of you have one, half of you don't. Some of you have started. So I don't think it's going to be repetitive what I'm going to throw at you tonight because I did some dream board planning with my team, just my PS coaches. For the first time I've ever really done that exercise last Sunday. And I put a ton of thought and planning into it and it went really well. I haven't shared this on my own larger Team Rockstar Fit. I've just done this for my own PS coaches. There was just a small group of 40 of us on the line doing this. I'm like, you know what? It was nice of Missy to invite me. I'm going to share a little bit with you guys what I shared with them. And I think it's going to be really helpful. All right. Does that sound good to everybody? Just a quick thumbs up. Some ideas on the mindset and the planning behind visioning out your year. I'm flipping through the screens, make sure people are alive and well, and thumbs up. Okay. All right. Awesome. I have a couple quick slides I'm going to show you as we go as well. So first of all, I want to show you where I came from before I show you where I'm going, because I think it'll be more fun for you. So Missy gave you some of my accolades. Don't live on your accolades, right? No one outside the Beachbody world cares. So, but yes, Millionaires Club, Superstar Diamond, 4-time elite coach, lots of great stuff. So that sounds all amazing right now, but I think it's even more fun for you to see where I started, okay? So I'm going to quick screen share. I love this part. And show you a couple of slides that I had put together for a presentation I did for Super Saturday. And this one is fun. Okay. Oh, there's me. Woo! In college, outside a bakery, gained 22 pounds my freshman year, first semester. Like, you got to try to gain 22 pounds in a semester. I was effort. Okay. So I'm showing you, I didn't come to this as a star athlete. I realize I'm in fitness now and I own gyms. No one would have bet on me back in college. No one was picking this girl to be in fitness. This girl was not in fitness unless you count drinking beer, eating burritos, getting myself to class. All right. I was a good student, but I was not into fitness. And you wouldn't have picked me to be at the top of a fitness company right now. Okay. So there's one reason why I want to show you, it doesn't matter physically where you came from. I had a brother who ran cross country at Duke University, a sister who was the captain of the swim team at UNC. And then here's this girl. All right. No one's picking me. Number 2, when my sponsor invited me to the business, Janelle Summers, when she invited me to the business, I had 101 reasons to say no and very few to say yes. My main reason at the time why I could have said no was that I actually had a rare monovirus, usually found in women in Africa. How's that sound? Take that to the bank, okay? Why? I was so run down, overtired, overworked. I had opened a new business and it was drowning me. Because opening a new business where you have a huge mega loan on your back is a huge amount of pressure, right? You got to pay payroll, got to pay the bank. And I was working around the clock. So I contracted this virus. It was right after I got better from this virus that I needed to kind of remove some things from my plate, actually, that Janelle called me and said, hey, I don't know all about this yet. I'm skeptical myself, but I heard the Beachbody's opening up their doors and allowing people like you and me, people who like fitness, to get involved in kind of the ground floor of the company. What do you think? I mean, I said yes in like 5 seconds. I think I was like making lunch. I'm like, yeah, Janelle, that sounds great. So why did I say yes? I said yes simply because I trusted the person who invited me. It didn't sound scripted. It didn't sound fake. It just sounded legit. Hey, Trina, I thought of you because you love fitness. This company is opening its doors. It sounds like a great opportunity. She acknowledged that I was busy. I know you're busy, but oh my God, Trina, don't you believe that the busiest people get stuff done? It's the busiest people that I actually want to invite because I think they'll see the value in this. I believed all that and I still do. I said yes very, very easily. More reasons to say no. I had a 2-year-old. I had a 3-month-old. I just had mono. I had a brand new business I was drowning in. And I said yes to this opportunity. You got to be the person that people want to say yes to because they like you and they trust you and you're not overly scripted and you just have a normal conversation and you tell them why you thought of them. All right. So this was another reason why I don't believe I should have gotten so far in this company because there's so many reasons why I shouldn't have even said yes. All right. More compelling though. If you haven't heard this story, here's my short version of it. I actually did tell the story at dinner to Carl, and I'm not name dropping. We all know Carl. All right. When I was out in Santa Monica for Superstar Diamond Day, not dropping that either. Missy already said that. They bring you out to Superstar Diamond Day and they, it's great treatment for like 2 days. And they really just get to know you more, get to know your family. It's fun. You should all go for that if that speaks to you. We're at dinner and Carl Deichler said, Trina, you kind of like came out of nowhere. Like no one knew who you were. And then all of a sudden you're like a 10-star. And then all of a sudden you're like a superstar. And I said, yeah, I was just kind of had my head down in the trenches working a daily grind. And he said, well, why didn't anybody know you? And I was like, I went to a Super Saturday when I was a 5-star, but no one knew who I was there. And people from corporate were there. And I just came with my team and left. I wasn't there for the accolades. I wasn't in on the company by any means. So when I went to my first summit, I went by myself. Of course my sponsor was there, but clearly she had a huge team. She was with a lot of people, and she was with family and friends and all kinds of people. And so I flew out there by myself. I had some teammates, but I didn't invite anybody to go with me because I wasn't quite sure what this was. I didn't want to be responsible for other people. I was kind of one toe in the company. So I'm going to say I was probably at this point 2 years into being a coach, 2 years into being a coach, put that in perspective. All right. And I didn't go to the first summit that was offered, even though I was in LA where Summit was, at a convention down the road, at a different conference down the road. And I didn't go to Summit. Second year comes around. I'm like, I'm going to step it up and go. I go by myself. I go to the Super Saturday, or to the Super Workout, right? The huge one out in the plaza at right outside the Staples Center. I went to the workout. I went back to my room, staying by myself. I packed up my suitcase. I took a cab without telling anybody. I got myself to the airport. I spent $650 on a one-way ticket home. I had been at Summit for a total of 2 hours and took a one-way ticket home before I had the money to spend the money on that. And if I could try to tell you, it sounds strange when I think about it now. I'm going to stop screen share for a second so I can see you guys. Maybe not. My mouse is kind of, I don't even know. Never mind. Okay. I don't know where my mouse is. If I could try to put in perspective why I said no, or why I went home, I was making myself feel like an outsider. I went one toe in. I went thinking, I love fitness, but I'm not going to drink the Kool-Aid of Beachbody. I like fitness, but I'm not obsessed with these trainers. I like fitness, but that Super Workout to me was just weird. And I don't mean to say that in a bad way. This is, 6 years ago. I went thinking like, why are all these people cramming? It's like a concert. Like it's like this is like Pearl Jam or something. Like, what is this? And I think because I was in the fitness industry and in fitness, I had a harder time thinking like this was, like this hero worship. And it just felt odd to me. And I was making myself feel this way. No one made me feel this way. I was choosing to be an outsider. I was choosing to think that I don't really fit with this company. And I felt like everybody looked even a certain way. And I didn't, and I'm not making fun, I'm not making judgments, but I work at a gym. You throw your hair in a ponytail. You maybe slept in the shorts that you're working out in. So I wasn't overly done up. I wasn't, I thought it was just a production and it didn't fit me. So I went home. So not necessarily the best beginning with Beachbody, would you say? It wasn't. I got back home and I decided I either got to get into this thing or I got to get the heck out of this thing. Because here's what I was doing. I was hiding in a closet. I was hiding in the closet of Beachbody. By the way, do not Google hiding in a closet. It'll freak the crap out of you what comes up. I have nightmares about what I saw when I typed in hiding in a closet. There's like mass murderers. Okay. So instead I went to Pinterest and typed in cute closet. All right. Anyway, I can't see you guys. I see Missy. She's laughing at least. All right. I was hiding in the closet of Beachbody. Now, maybe this doesn't resonate with you and you're all like totally all in with Beachbody, but please understand this is going to resonate with somebody that you're going to bring on. They're not in love with Beachbody yet. And so you got to respect that and be like, hey, can you fall in love? Can we agree that you will fall in love with the lifestyle of fitness, with the lifestyle of eating healthy, with the lifestyle of time and financial freedom? Can you fall in love with the lifestyle of coaching and use Beachbody as your Group X department, your personal training department, your nutrition department? Use them for your accounting. They're going to pay you. That's what I had to do, you guys. I had to say that I was the brand in fitness. I wanted to be the coach helping people, and I was going to use Beachbody stuff to get me there. So it might not be you. Maybe you are in love and you've got Shanti tattooed on your shoulder, okay? But if you don't, respect that some people aren't maybe all into the amazing cult following yet, all right? I wasn't. So let me show you how much I wasn't. Missy, can you still see my screen? Okay, cool. So for some reason my mouse isn't working, but if you can see my screen, cool. Would you call this starting with a bang? 5 months into the business, back in 2008, my weekly pay was a negative $374. 5 months in. How many people would give up on a coach at this point? A negative $374, I think some jerk, some jack beep, as my 10-year-old would say, some jack beep returned a box of P90X bars on me. Screw you. Okay. So negative 374. I'm not making success starters. We didn't have it then, but you get the picture. I'm not rising to the top. No one's banking on this girl right now. Right. So this is how we started. Now let me tell you where I went from here. I decided to grow. And this is 2 years in now. I'm making a little jump with you. This is around the time I left Summit. 2 years in. And I'm making some money, right? $38, $100, $50. Like, certainly I'm not leaving a job at this point. Can't bank on this. No one is guessing this girl 2 years into it is going to blow it up. All right. Now, if you look at the far column, that's kind of freaky. Why are all those zeros? If you don't know the story, I went for 6 months without checking my coach online office to know that I wasn't getting paid. I had selected EFT payment instead of check, and I didn't put in my routing info. So I hadn't gotten paid for 6 months. No, I didn't know I wasn't getting paid because I hadn't logged in my coach online office for 6 months. Now, it's going to shock you to know that at this point where you're seeing these checks 2 years in, I'm a diamond coach. What kind of jerk diamond leader doesn't check into their coach online office? Okay. So again, I didn't start with fireworks. I had to call Beachbody, suck it up, and be like, I can't remember my password. Yeah, I signed up 2 years ago. Could you reset mine for me? Reset it, got in my thing, put in my stinking routing number. Yes, they did pay me for it. All right. So I had 6 months of earnings paid out a couple weeks later. All right. So I'm still halfway in here. I'm flying home from Summit. I don't know how to log in. I'm not even logging into my office. My husband walked in my office and said, you're not getting paid. I'm like, yes, I am. He's like, no, you're not. There's no money in your bank account for 6 months. That's what prompted me to call. So he was going to walk out of my office. And when I say office, it's like a glorified closet. And he said, get in or get out. It totally doesn't matter to me, Trina. Either way, I support you. I don't know that you need this. You got these clubs. You're busier than anything. We got 2 little kids. Like, it doesn't matter. Just get in or get out. And I was like, there's one coach that if I really think back on, why did I go in, right? I'm hoping for the 100 people on the line tonight, 99, because Missy's already super successful and way in. I'm hoping that someone gets back to me in a couple months from now and they're like, you're the reason why I decided to go all in, because someone did that for me. Her name is Mindy Winder, and I know you all know her. She didn't even know it at the time, how much she impacted me. But I went to a little mini Super Saturday down in Toledo, and Mindy got up in front of the room and spoke. She was a diamond level coach. And she got up and she was in like jeans and a t-shirt. And I remember she had one of those armbands on that was like tracking calories at the time, those body bugs or something like that. And she's from the UP in Michigan. So I totally related to that small town girl. And she's like, I'm a diamond coach. This is what I'm doing. This is who I'm helping. This is kind of the money I'm bringing in. And I was like, well, wait a second. She's not in fitness. She's in a small town. She seems really relatable. She's a young mom. She seems super down to earth to me. She wasn't, and this is not good, bad, or otherwise. I'm just saying, I mean, Mindy and I love to chat about it now. Like, she didn't seem perfect. She didn't seem on a pedestal. She was just minty. And I remember leaving that Super Saturday, driving home, and I was like, I'm in. This girl is in. And from there, I want to show you what happened. So here is, if you can look at the timeline, December, January, February, March, April, May, right? So I am a diamond level coach. I've got people in place at this point. Keep that in mind. I've got people in place. I haven't mentored them yet. When I got back from that Super Saturday event and I decided to go all in, I'm going to say it was probably back here in early January, February, right? So this is how long it took from I got in, I decided to go with it, and look at what happened by the end of that year. Look at my checks. I jumped from 200 to 400 to 1,000 in 9/8 of 2010 on my birthday. First time ever. Almost a gift to me, I feel like, on my birthday to earn that $1,000 paycheck. And it went nothing but up ever since then. So this is now 6 years ago. 6 years ago as a coach. And my checks they just quadruple and quadruple and double and double and double, because you're investing in the people that you brought on. And the compound effect of that is far beyond what you can ever create on your own. So I just wanted to show you those slides so you got a feeling for what it looks like to not start with a bang, and what it looks like that if you didn't fly home from Summit, if you haven't been hiding in a closet, if you check your online office, you're farther ahead than I was. All right. So you can expedite your success 2 years past faster than mine. I want you to believe that, right? I didn't have anything special going on for me. Okay. So that's where I was. And then now this is where I am. So let me share with you a little bit about, oh my gosh, there's all these chats going down below. Am I supposed to be seeing this? Oh, okay. Talking about the dream boards. All right. So when I got together with my team last Sunday night, I shared a few things with them that I'd like to share with you. And it really starts with, if you want to know where you want to go this year, if you really want a legit dream board, vision board, whatever it is not about finding the cutest font on Pinterest. It is really thinking, what do you want your life to look like? Well, I sat down to do this myself last week and I struggled. I struggled to do it and I don't know why. And I was like, I couldn't think of the right goals. I was like picking stuff out of thin air. So I realized what I was missing. In order to know where I wanted to go, you have to know where you've been that made you happy. So listen to what I did. So brilliant. Check this out. I made myself a happiness board. All right, let me get rid of some of these pages here. Okay, Missy, can you see my happiness board right here? It says 2015 in the corner. Can you see this graphic? Okay, you can. Great. So I don't want to show you like my desktop. So I want to make sure you guys can see the happiness board. So here's what I did. Super fun. I really encourage you all to do it. There's nothing my coaches have enjoyed more since the beginning of the year than doing this project. And it was really, really vital. So what I did is grab my phone and I went to my calendar. And I just went through my calendar, grabbed a blank piece of paper, and I looked at my calendar to see what I did in 2015. And I wrote down, so you see all the words in the middle, I wrote down what I did, what achievements I did, where I traveled, family I spent time with, things I did that I knew I enjoyed. So I captured about half of those things from my calendar. Then I went to my photos. Warning, can be dangerous. Don't get lost. I went to my photos on my phone and started scrolling. And as I found one that I liked, I clicked favorite, right? And then I just pulled up Pinterest, PicMonkey, and I clicked on collage and I picked out the one that had the most amount of pictures. I uploaded my pictures, I clicked autofill, I put them all in. I had some extra boxes in the middle, so I just wrote in my words. Clearly, I'm not a graphic designer, folks, all right? But it was good enough for me to see. So now listen how magical this was to me. I looked at this board, I looked at what I enjoyed, and I knew what I wanted to create more of in my life, and I looked at what didn't make the board. So now, visioning out 2016 was 100 times more legit because I saw, look at my top right column, being home. So here's this picture of me and my son in my backyard. We live on Lake Huron. It's beautiful. Being home was a big thing to me. So I have a lot of opportunities to travel and do things. So I got to know what I want to say yes and no to, right? So up here, being really fit, that really mattered to me. Being, making time for my workouts, qualifying for leadership, taking vacations. I still love my other job. I'm one of the only superstar diamonds I believe that I know of that still works full time. I work full time. I love my job. I'm not in this to leave my job. You might be, that's cool. But not everyone needs to leave their job. Right? Anyway, I did a team retreat. I went home and visited my hometown 3 times. So I went to all my kids' sports. You can see the things that mattered to me. I spent time on my family's pontoon. So in doing that, I was able to see what I want to create more of in my life. Otherwise, I think you're just guessing. So before I had my team make their vision board, I had to make this happiness board. And it was like, Missy, I'm telling you, nothing has gotten them more excited. They created their happiness board. Some of them created it within 15 minutes of hanging up from that Zoom. And then they posted them all over my team page. So here's what it did. It opened up their mind to like, hey, I got to go on one really great, this is what happened. A lot of people said I went on one really great girls' weekend. I really want to do that again. And maybe I want to do 2 of them this time. I went on spring break with my family. I had so much fun. Why am I only doing that once a year? Well, so what people started to realize, and I'll show you my next board, is that for most of those things to happen again, if you are successful with a Beachbody goal, either an income goal, a rank goal, it's all connected, more of those things can happen. So if you look at my board, spending time with family, going on vacations with my family, paying for them cash, right? Spending time at my cottage, having the pontoon, all those things require time and financial freedom. Beachbody is the driving force to time and financial freedom. So now when they made their dream board, and I'm going to show you mine, even though I haven't posted this publicly, you'll never see this on my like page, right? This is just internal for me. And I showed it just to my 40 coaches that were on my private Zoom. So now I'm showing it to you. When I put together my dream board, it made a lot more sense. Okay, so let me show you that. 1 second. I got my little document here. Okay. I'm coming. Don't hang up. I just saw we went from 100 to 98. I'm like offended. Just kidding. Not offended. You have places to go. No problem. Stay with me. All right. Here we go. Got to show you this one so it makes sense. Okay. So when I made my dream board, this one makes way more sense. And I hope that you guys can do this too. You want to put, don't freak out. Don't message me about this. All right. So you got to put your big, rocking, audacious goal. So some people call it a BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goal. Who actually likes the word hairy? That's just gross. So I made mine big, rockin', audacious goal. I put mine in the middle. So listen, don't freak out. If I don't hit Superstar Diamond 2 this year, I'm not going to cry. I just know where I want to go. All right. I put initially 10-star in my second business center. Then I went back and edited it because I'm like, leaders, lead from the front. Pick a big freaking goal and go after it, right? At least the journey will get you somewhere. Even if I don't make that, I'll get better along the way. So I put that in the middle and I told my coaches to put their Beachbody goal in the middle. For some people, they needed to put it in terms of people. Like, I understand what that means. I need to build 8 more thriving diamond leaders in my business. I understand what that means. Some people just wanted to build 3 diamonds or help 100 people or earn $1,000. Is for you, hit premier, hit 2-star, Put that in the middle because that's the one. That's like the push goal, as you heard from Shalene. That's the big one that makes all this other stuff happen. So who cares what mine are? I just want you to get an idea of when I do this, I'm going to be able to pay off my cottage. When I do this, I'm going to be hosting a diamond retreat. I'm going to add 8 more diamond leaders, right? I'm going to attend a personal development event, go to invest in one. I want 3 family vacations paid in full, et cetera, 3 trips back home. Missy, I put a couple quotes on mine and I thought this was good. My team ended up doing this because when I look at this, I kind of get nauseous. Like, I don't like the pressure. Even though I can handle it at this point, I don't necessarily love doing dream boards. I kind of feel like, crap, man. So I had to put some quotes on there so I don't freak out when I look at this thing. And this one's the most important. Coach. The trick is to enjoy life. Don't wish away your days waiting for better ones ahead. I put this on here because happiness doesn't occur when this board happens. Happiness occurs today on a crazy day in a blizzard in northern Michigan where I ran out of gas and my battery died and I didn't tell my husband because it's just embarrassing. And I was almost late for my 2 classes back to back. I had to pretend like nothing was wrong. I had to get a ride back out to my car in the pitch black and bust freaking tail home to the Zoom. All right. And all of that, I still enjoyed my day, people. Whatever, stuff happens. I wanted to be on for you tonight, be focused for you tonight, be happy for you tonight. So I'm not waiting to hit this big goal in the middle to be happy. I'm going to be happy along the way. You got to tell your coaches that and you got to know that yourself. I also put a quote in the other corner. I'm not going to tell you it's going to be easy. I'm telling you it's going to be worth it. Crap. It's just like my mantra in my head that to get to my goal, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be worth it. I don't pretend that success is easy. If you've heard me speak before, what's one of the favorite things I say? I claim that I coined it because I've never heard it from anybody else, but I'm sure somebody's said it by all means. I say success is not convenient, but it's worth it. It's not convenient. All of you, no matter where you are, it's either 6 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock at night, whatever. If you're in Hawaii, it's like in the middle of the afternoon. It's not convenient to be on here. Your family's waiting for you. You've got crap to do. You got laundry to fold, dinner to make. I'm like, haven't eaten in 7 hours. I'm having a half melted shake. Okay. It's not convenient to do stuff like this. But everything you do that gives you that slight edge is what propels you to success. In the back of my head every day, I think, what would the average person do? And I'm going to do more. It doesn't mean I have a lot of time to do more. It doesn't mean I spend more time in my business than any of you guys do. I probably spend less. But when I'm working, I am a freaking bomb. I am like this when I'm working. I do not get distracted. I do not look at text. I don't look at the news feed. I don't look at my emails. I don't even look up. I just go to town. I tell myself that I'm going to be the hardest working person in that hour, 2 hour, 3 hour time block, whatever I have. I'm going to be Darren Hardy. I'm going to kick ass. Darren Hardy says he gets more done by 8 in the morning than most people do in a week. So I'm like, dang it, I got this. I have 2 hours to work my business tonight. Bam. I already did my workout. I've had my shake. All right, cool. Vital, those are out of the way. I do my personal development in the morning. Boom, that's out of the way. So all I got to do is invite. For me, I got to mentor. People talk about the fourth vital behavior is recognition. For me, the fourth vital behavior is mentor. So I'm doing personal development every day. No joke. Don't skip it. I'm going to talk about it in a second. Of course, I'm doing my workout and my shake. I'm a product of the product. I show people that it works. Invite, mentor. And when I do it, I'm just this. So I get way more done. Can you just be so stinking laser focused that you're just in a zone and it's not how much time you have? I tell my coaches all the time, you can't chronic coach. I hope you write that down. Don't be a chronic coach. Yes, it's a mobile business. When I was in the car today, driving in a blizzard, home from an appointment across the state, if you're in Michigan, I had to drive from Alpena to Petoskey and back today and teach 2 classes and do this tonight, right? When I was in my car, on the car right there, I listened to some personal development. I listened to the National Wake Up Call. On the way back, I was doing voice memos on my phone. All of that counts. I sent positive message, just thinking of you questions and things to my coaches like, hey, Stacy, how did your Super Saturday go in Kauai this weekend? Shoot me a picture. Hi, Leanne, I saw your picture with Carl Deichler. How did that go this weekend? I was connecting with all my coaches. But I got to be honest, that's not actually working my business to me. It doesn't count. It's filler. It's filler. So if you envision that you're building a house or an empire, what I was doing today was like caulking, just putting in filler. It doesn't count. That's just extra. Making quick connections, answering questions from coaches or challengers. That's just filler. When I'm building the business, I'm inviting, mentoring. That's what builds a business. Who are you inviting to the opportunity to be healthier and happier? Who are you telling that we have a solution for their fitness? We have a solution for obesity. We have a solution for their nutrition. We have a solution for their bankruptcy. You have the solution in your hands to everything you need to fix for people. How they see themselves, their bodies, their finances. It's only when you're making those kinds of invitations that you are changing lives and that you are building this business. So don't joke around and pretend that checking in on a coach or shooting a cute little emoji to a coach or answering a question to a challenger, I'm sorry, I don't think that's really building your business. That's just the caulking in this big palace you're building. The palace needs you to build, and the only way you build is to invite and mentor, in my opinion. All right? So here we go. I showed you my happiness board. I showed you my dream board. I want to ask you these questions. If you're going to put together a dream board like that, I want you to consider these things. Is your life, and I'm looking at the time, how am I doing, Missy? Do I have like 10 minutes? I don't see Missy anymore. Shoot. Where are you, Missy? Missy, just give me a thumbs up or chat me something. I don't see you. There's so many pages here. Yeah, okay, cool. Someone thumbs up me. Here's the deal. I need to ask you this really important question. Is your life ready for your dream board? Is your life ready for your dream board? So I had some deep conversations with my coaches after they put those dream boards up on my team page because it was like 5-star elite, $2,000 a week. It was like, just like lighting their lives on fire, which I believe in, wholeheartedly believe in. But I just want the reality check of, is your life ready for that dream board? So here's what I asked my coaches. These are a quick 6-point checklist. Number 1, this is logistical. And you're like, this is not exciting. This is legit. Is your life ready for your dream board? Question number 1. Do you have a plan for your work? This is what I mean by that. A workspace. Do you have a desk? Do you have a corner of a dining room table? Do you have a closet office? Are you just doing this on the couch or in your bed? Can't be a CEO there. I get that this is a mobile business and you can use your phone and you can be on your headset, but I'm telling you that's only going to get you so far. You need a workspace set up. I tell my coaches from the get-go, I need to know where you're working from. I get that you can take calls in the car. I get that you've got your kids and you're doing this stuff in the park. I do crap in the parking lot when I'm waiting for my kids to get out of school, waiting for hockey. I get that. That's all filler. But when you're working, where are you working? Okay, I do believe you need a desk or a table or something. I found that my coaches, when they have like a designated space that's telling their family, when mom or dad's sitting right here, I'm game on in my work. But when I get up from here and I leave all my phones and cell phones and laptops here, I'm mom or dad or sister or wife. Okay, have a place to separate your work. I know this sounds basic, but I see myself as a CEO of $1 million company, and this is what I do and this is what I teach. Okay, so you have to have plentiful, accessible personal development near your workspace. So here's my workspace. I'm at my desk. Here's my desk right here. I always have books. Now, some people do their PD on podcasts. Cool. In the car today, I listen to a podcast, but I love reading books and I bunny ear the pages and I circle them. So I like EntreLeadership. It's one of my favorites. I don't love Dave Ramsey. I like him. I don't love everything about him. There's a lot I like about him. Okay. But maybe it's just always talks about his wife as like the cute little lady and she's kind of like supports his business. And, it's not necessarily speaking to a girl boss, but I like Dave Ramsey and I like his thoughts on living debt free and I like him, but you don't have to love everything about somebody, you guys, to like their content. He's got amazing content. But I have to say, the book I'm more obsessed with these days is probably one that a bunch of you have. Maybe you've read it. Get it back out. I got mine back out. It is 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. I know this sounds crazy, and some of you don't even know me, but I'm being for real. I was reading this on the airplane yesterday. I spoke at the Super Saturday in Madison. I flew back. I was reading this while the guy next to me was reading an airplane magazine. I'm like, honestly, that's the best. Like, are you going to buy that blender? Like, okay. So I'm reading this and I'm like giddy on the inside. I'm emotional. I suck it into my DNA. I'm so passionate about reading personal development. I tell my coaches to swim in a sea of personal development. Cover your head to toe, your whole body, get wet with personal development. So I'm reading it and I can't go very fast, even though I've read this book once already. I'm going through it again because I look at every line and I think on it. And this is what makes me different, I think. You guys, I don't skim over information. When I listen to a call, I'm not just hearing it in one ear, out the other. I write it down. I think, could I apply that one? Does it speak to me? Yes or no? Am I going to apply it? If it's no, next, move on. But when I read something, so there's one page that I circled that I loved. And it was about, here we go. Page 24, if any of you guys are reading it or have it. So awesome. It's so relevant in this business. It's this whole thing about discovering your uniqueness and then disciplining yourself to develop it. So as coaches, we want everything to be duplicatable. We want to do the same things our sponsor and teach our coaches to do the same thing. The stuff that's duplicatable are the vital behaviors plus add mentoring, right? We can all do that stuff, but the way you do it has to be unique to you. What are you good at? Are you good at interviewing people? Then interview lots of people and have tons of third-party tools. Interview people and get good content out to your team. Are you good at reading content, absorbing it, and understanding it? Cool, then read a book, sit down on a video, and tell your team about it. Are you good at one-on-one? Awesome. Offer to help with GSRs in your downline. What are you good at? What are you amazing at? Build your business around your unique talent. That is how I separated myself from the pack, is that instead of trying to copy Mindy and copy Janelle and copy these other top coaches, it didn't work for me. I was like up against the wall. When I just saw what I'm good at, I love personal development. I love taking concepts and sharing them with my team. I love creating trainings. I love doing team Zooms and interviewing people. I built my business around what I'm good at, my unique talents. All right, so this book, I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I hope you can get obsessed with something like that. All right, so that's number one, workspace, have her phone, have your laptop, have work hours. My calendar is freaking airtight. And I mean airtight, right? I have it color coded by the 6 roles I have in life. If you haven't listened to that national wake up call of mine, oh my gosh, go listen to that one. There's so many good wake up calls, but I hate to toot my horn on that one, but it's a good one. I talk about your 6 roles in life. I color code my calendar on those roles. For example, when I'm acting as mom, when I'm acting as CEO of Beachbody, when I'm acting as a club owner, when I'm taking care of myself, right? When I'm working in, I mentioned self-care. A wife is one, right? And trainer and instructor. I teach a lot of classes, right? So I have my calendar designated out by those colors. And then I have my day. I start my day a little later and I stay up later. So I start my calendar at 7 a.m. with my kids from 7 to 9. Then I go from 9 until 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. Now that doesn't mean I'm working all day. I'm working in time for massage. I'm working in getting my nails done. I'm working in taking my dogs for a walk. Okay, but all that stuff is programmed in my calendar. It's airtight. So now I'm not saying I'm working 12-hour days every single day and all I do is Beachbody. I'm saying in all my different roles, I color code my calendar. All right, so that's number 1. Is your workspace accommodating? Is your life ready for this dream board? Number 2, quickly, confidence. Confidence. When you walk in a room or you get on a Zoom or you show up online on social media, are you confident? Do people believe that you're going somewhere? And it can be a quiet confidence. One of my top coaches, Rachel Doyle, is an introverted, quiet, has become confident. 6-figure earner on my team, super shy cosmetologist who I met at a spa 18 months ago, 6-figure earner, right? Quiet confidence. When she shows up on her team Zoom, they know she's going somewhere. She's got a plan. She's articulate and professional. So coaches, you don't have to do this. I'm just telling you, if you want to build a 5-figure or 6-figure business, if you want financial freedom, if you want to pay off debt, if you want to help a lot of people, you've got to be that person now before you are. What would a 5-figure in your mind, or a star diamond, someone leading 10 or more people, what does that person look like, sound like, act like? Can you be that person now? How would you show up on your Zoom? How prepared would you be? What would your energy level look like? Honestly, what would your lighting look like? Like, are you set? Do people believe you? Are you going somewhere? Take what you want from that, but just think, if you want to be a CEO that people follow at any level, CEO can have a small business, CEO can have a big business. If you want to be a CEO that people follow, show up like you are that person now. Show up as a star diamond that you want to be. All right. Number 3, goals. I know that we've talked a lot about goals on the Zoom tonight. Dave is actually Dave Ramsey in Entre Leadership. I got this one from him. He writes on page 37, for those of you that have that book, that goals should be, and you know these first 3, but he threw in these last 2, they're good. Goals should be specific. We talked to our challengers about that. They should be measurable. Right? So you might be thinking, I want to be diamond by summit, or I want to have helped 20 challengers by August, whatever it is for you. Specific and measurable, time bound, right? Have that date. They have to be your goals. This is number 4, your goals. Your goals can't be what are on my dream board. Your goals can't be what Missy's doing. Your goals. Don't compare yourself to other people's goals because they don't fit you. Someone else says they want to be a 6-figure earner. That doesn't fit you. That doesn't fit your lifestyle and where you want to go. Don't be. You want to earn $200 a week and pay your car payment and pay for a date night? That's awesome. Own that. Own your goals, right? You want to make $500 a month and give half to your church and keep half and take your family on vacation. Good. Own that. Whatever goal fits you in your life, right? It has to be your goal. And the last one, you got to put it in writing, which is why I did that stinking dream board. All right, so Dave Ramsey says, specific, measurable, time-bound, your goals, and in writing. So Missy, heads up, when I had my team start to share their dream boards in my team page, I told them this ahead of time. So I said, please, when you're looking at other people's dream boards, that's fun. Get to know each other more. Support each other. Cheer each other on, but don't compare. If someone else wrote they want to be premier and you want to be diamond, don't change yours. Just be you. All right, cool. Number 4 is your life ready for your dream board is, are you aware that to get to that big rocking goal in the middle, people matter most? Spreadsheets, points, challenge packs, All that stuff is important. They don't matter as much as people. Your job to be a successful coach is to awaken possibility in others. As a challenger, as a coach, you're awakening possibility in your challengers that can transform their lives. You heard Melanie Mitchell say it on the National Wake Up Call today. She showed people that life transformation was possible. Awaken possibility in others. Show them what you see in them. Your coaches aren't taking action. They don't want it as much as you do. Show them what you see in them. Say, Sarah, I don't know what's holding you back. I see greatness for you. I see you leading a team. I see you loving your schedule, loving life with your kids. I see you loving getting to go on vacation. I see you proud of the work you're doing. Do you see that for yourself? Tell people what you see in them. Awaken possibility in others. Those of you that have Entre Leadership on page 30, or on page 16, brilliant, beautiful quote. I'm going to take the 2 seconds to read it to you because it really spoke to me. He says this: Benjamin Zander has been a conductor at the Boston Philharmonic Orchestra since 1979. At age 45, something finally changed within him. He says, I've been conducting for 20 years. And then I had a realization. The conductor of an orchestra doesn't even make a sound. His power depends on his ability to make other people powerful. And that changed everything for me when I realized my job was to awaken possibility in others. As a superstar diamond coach, I feel like the conductor of an orchestra. I am awakening possibility in others. I'm telling them on a regular, daily basis. I told my team, it's like I'm breathing oxygen into their goals. I am breathing my life into their dreams. I messaged Leanne today and said, I'm so proud of you for going to Super Saturday. I see you being a really successful coach at home with your 2 boys and your little baby on the way. I see you being able to take your family on vacation next summer. Do you see that for yourself? Right? Cool. So people matter most, awaken possibility in others, page 16, great quote. Number 5, you have to grow yourself to fit that dream board. So when I saw coaches put they want to be a 2-star premier or 5-star elite, and honestly, I saw some that I was like, that is not a 5-star elite coach yet. Not that they can't be, but they're not yet. They haven't swum in the sea of personal development yet. But I'm honest with my team. I'm honest with the coaches that I have. I tell them what I see in them, but I tell them what I think they still need to do. So for the coaches on my team who say they want to be 5-star elite, but they don't have business hours yet, they want to be 5-star elite, but they still blame others for not growing. They still blame others for quitting the team. If you want to be 5-star elite, but you're blaming anybody but yourself, the law of the mirror test from John Maxwell. Look at yourself. Who do you need to be that leader? Are you absorbing and thriving in personal development? Are you sharing your journey on Facebook or social media, authentically sharing your physical, emotional, and financial successes and struggles? Are you sharing it on a regular basis? If you're not doing those things, you're not growing yourself to fit your dream. All right. The other thing that I said to my coaches on this point was, if you want to grow yourself to fit your dream, it takes some editing in your life of who you spend your time with and what you listen to and what you watch. I had a conversation with a coach today about how much she wants to do personal development, but her husband has a TV on constantly and she feels guilty when she's not sitting with him or watching it. And she wants to work out more often, but it's really hard with the baby and he doesn't want to work out. You're not going anywhere like that. You can't rely on somebody else to give you permission to be the person you want to be. Don't let somebody take it away from you. Right? Be respectful of what they want to do with their life. If they want to watch TV, don't want to work out, whatever, that's fine. You can't change them. But don't let that be a reason that you don't grow. And I said, you know what? If you want to read a book, read a book. You're going to find a way to do it. If you want to listen to music or listen to a podcast while he's watching TV, sit down next to him and listen to a podcast. You're still sitting next to each other. You want to go work out? Go work out. Make the time. Okay? You got to grow yourself. You got to edit what's happening around you. Last one, you guys. If you want to make sure your life fits your dream board, you have to share your goals with the people who matter most to you. And you have to paint the vision for them about where you're going. And this is why. This is unique. I've never shared this before except for with my team. Because the people in your life will be more forgiving of the little inconveniences if they believe that you believe in where you're going. So when I had to spend 2 hours of my Sunday a week ago prepping for my team Zoom on this topic, well, my kids got to go to open skate. My husband's home with a broken ankle. And we didn't really have a way to work this out. I had to find another mom to help me out. And my husband understood. He was like, I understand this matters to you. I understand where you're going this year because I shared that dream board with him. I understand why you need to prep for the Zoom. When I had to fly to Madison to speak at Super Saturday this weekend and leave my husband with a broken ankle who can't drive with 2 kids, and then fly to my son's hockey game in the snowstorm and get home, my family understands what it is I'm doing. And they're forgiving of the little inconveniences because then when I'm mom, I am all mom. When I was at that hockey game on Sunday, no phone on, no nothing, just 100% mom. Right? So they believe in where I'm going. They believe I know where I'm going. So the little inconveniences along the way are forgivable. They're understandable. And I don't take advantage of that. They know when I'm on. They know when I'm off. They know where I'm going. And it's a family vision. So coaches, bam, ba-boom. I hope that was helpful. That is some of the content I shared with my own PS coaches in a little bit tweaked way for you guys. Happiness board, dream board. 6 things for you to consider. Is your life ready for your dream board? Questions, comments? Yay. I don't know if Missy was able to get back on. It sounded like she was having internet problems, but gosh, she can catch the recording. That's cool.
I am. Trina, I got back on.
Yay.
It's small town, plus it's snowing a lot. So, we're out in the middle of nowhere. So
amen to that.
We work around it, right? We work. Totally. And by the way, my son snuck in to let me know that school has already been canceled for tomorrow. So the kids got that snow day. So yeah, right?
We passed it down to you. I'm so hoping there's school tomorrow, people, because I got stuff to do. But okay, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. If you want to follow me, I am on Facebook at Trina Gray Fitness. That's my like page. My personal page is maxed out and I don't use it that much. I kind of alternate between the two, but I really am more focused on my like page. So yay, I'm so glad that you like my forward approach. I hope I didn't offend anybody. I just, I believe in this, but I believe in just being real with people, not pretending that you got to be, up on a pedestal to be successful, but it's hard work and it's worth it. So yay, Missy, are we good? Any questions?
No, thank you so much again, Trina. I can't thank you enough. I know how busy you are and how committed you are, and it means the world to all of us. You were amazing. You were amazing. So thank you again.
Thanks for the great attention, everybody. I saw awesome eye contact and taking notes, and that really matters. That you guys were so polite and gracious. So Missy, thanks for having me. They are so lucky to have you as a leader. Keep up the great work, everybody, and have a great night.
Thank you, Trina. You also.